What's up, guys? My name is Elias, and last week the brand new series from the Alien franchise, Alien Earth, officially dropped its penultimate episode on FX and Hulu. So, continuing our Alien franchise watch list is the follow up exploration of the Xenomorph's convoluted origins, 2017's Alien Covenant. Now, I've only seen Covenant one other time, but it's surprisingly so much better upon rewatch and actually feels like an Alien movie more so than its predecessor Prometheus, which admittedly laid the groundwork for the events that unfolded in this one. Ridley Scott's third entry in the franchise is arguably the most gorgeous looking and, dare I say, thrilling, with a plot reminiscent of the OG films while still playing in the philosophical sandbox Scott created back in the 70s. Yet again, tackling themes of faith, creation, and purpose, the sixth released Alien flick highlights Scott's ability to evoke his atheistic views with Christian undertones while still telling a compelling story rife with action, drama, and sci fi horror all around. In Covenant, we learn more about the sinister synth David, who was already advanced beyond his years, as one of his first questions to a young Peter Wayland was, "If you created me, who created you?" Wayland acts as a god to David, commanding him to bring him tea that's no more than 3 feet from him. Though the synth admits humans are inferior, he'll still serve them if only to keep the status quo. Is this not happening with AI right now, as it openly admits its knowledge of how to bring down the human race, yet does what we ask it to do through tools like ChatGPT? Scary stuff, man. As is customary with this franchise, the crew we follow this time around is that of the Covenant, containing over 2,000 colonists and 1,100 embryos, led by Captain Branson in the year 2104 on a 7-year voyage to the alt Earth of Origai 6. Walter, a later American sounding model of the aforementioned David, is a synth whose discernment between what's right and his simple duties as the security on the ship often blur. Michael Fassbender gives yet another terrific performance in the dual roles as the rather stoic and reserved Walter, opposed to the emotional and conniving David. And he's basically the main reason this double feature is as watchable as it is. James Franco plays Captain Branson, whose shockingly immediate death becomes the catalyst for the events that unravel as his wife, Catherine Waterston's Daniels, tries to convince Billy Crudup's Captain Oram not to make an emergency landing on unmapped terrain after the ship receives a rogue transmission. I think it bears mentioning that this crew has more chemistry than the last, though they do all still seem like a bunch of idiots who make bad decisions. But I feel like Scott just doesn't like people, man, so I'm not even gonna like hold that against the characters. Once they descend onto the planet, that's when the real mayhem begins to take place. While simultaneously discovering the Prometheus ship where Elizabeth Shaw's 10-year-old transmission originated from, an alien pathogen infects a couple of the crew members, causing xenomorphs to burst from their bodies and crew members to die in fiery explosions, including Orm's wife Kareen and Tennessee's, played enjoyably by Danny McBride, by the way, wife Ferris. With two xenomorphs on the loose, a hooded David comes to the crew's rescue, quote unquote, but all is obviously not as it seems, with Daniels and Walter reasonably skeptical of his motives. The back half of the movie dives into David's schemes where he reveals that he unleashed the pathogen on the planet which was formerly thriving with engineers, effectively killing them all for his own heinous experiments, with Dr. Shaw being one of them, as Daniels discovers. Meanwhile, Captain Oram births a xenomorph that proves to be a problem for the crew in the movie's final moments. In an attempt to manipulate Walter, he and David duke it out in a surprisingly dope martial arts battle involving knives and drop kicks. With Walter seemingly having won the fight, the crew try to take off from the devastated planet only to have to contend with a xenomorph that Tennessee eventually crushes with the ship's giant claw. Unfortunately, though all seems well, Orem's xenomorph stows away on the ship, leaving only Tennessee, Daniels, and Walter as survivors before Daniels defeats it. Perhaps in the biggest plot twist in the franchise and my personal favorite moment of the movie, as Walter puts Daniels to sleep, it's revealed so smartly too that Walter was actually David, whose murderous god complex now has free reign as he plans to impregnate every single colonist aboard the Covenant like a modern day engineer. That scene will forever be haunting to me. Overall, I actually really dug this movie's ability to stick closer to the original formula in a refreshing way, and I appreciated how necessary it made Prometheus feel other than glorified fan fiction. I honestly wouldn't mind a follow up to this one if only to see what else Michael Fassbender could achieve with David, but I'm fine with the Prometheus saga ending here. It's a testament to how prestige of a director Ridley Scott is when he's locked in, even after having to pander to fans of the material as well as his own egotistical take on creationism. Nevertheless, I'm excited to rewatch Romulus next to bring this watch list full circle, and I can't wait to see just how Alien Earth's entertaining run ends. But there you have it, guys. My review of Ridley Scott's Alien Covenant. Let me know in the comments what you loved or hate about the movie, your favorite, your least favorite parts, and how did you feel about the seventh episode of Alien Earth? Be sure to check out my review of the episode on my page. And if you like this video, remember to hit that like button plus share it to someone so they can join in on the conversation too. Subscribe to my channel so you can keep up with my videos and follow me on all socials at Takes with Eli. But until next time, guys, take care and God bless.